Am I the a-hole for not reconciling with my family after I was framed for theft? Throwaway because my brother is a Redditor. I am 23 and male. I am the middle child of my parents, 54M and 53F, and I have an older sister, 25, and a younger brother, 19. I've been living apart from my family for 5 years with minimal contact because just around my 15th birthday, my dad's belongings began disappearing from his room. He has a pocket knife collection consisting of various knives that he has gathered from across the U.S., and some of them are fairly valuable, not worth like several $1,000s, but some of these might fetch a few hundred. He also has a collection of baseball cards and autographed baseballs. These items would vanish from his room and end up in mine, and each time I was punished for it, each punishment being more severe than the last. I was viewed by my entire immediate family as a thief for 3 years, even though I constantly pleaded with them about my innocence. I missed several vacations, didn't have a 17th birthday celebration at all, didn't get my driver's license or a car until after I moved out, and I didn't have a job and had no way to save money except for past birthdays and occasional chores around my neighborhood. I remember my parents telling me how much of a disappointment I was, and that they wouldn't be surprised if I ended up on the local news as a robbery suspect or worse. My extended family wasn't much help either and saw me in the same light. It got so bad that I genuinely wondered if I was actually stealing and not remembering it at all, either due to some kind of mental issue or doing it in my sleep or something. Earlier this week, I got a call from my mom. My dad had noticed that his things had begun disappearing again without me being there, and finally had the bright idea to set up cameras in the hall, where my brother was caught taking stuff and putting them in my sister's old room. Mom informed me about that, and then said that she and my dad both apologized to me for not believing me, and that they would love to have me over for her birthday dinner to catch up. I asked her what their plan for my brother's punishment was, and she seemed confused. I asked her again, reminding her that I was forced to miss out on a birthday, multiple vacations, and my driver's license at 16. She mentioned that my dad took his phone for a week, and his video games for a month. I lost it and berated them for treating me way worse while I was being framed as a thief, while the actual thief only had his phone taken away. I then said, I will not be attending any future events with them, and stated, you guys can go yourselves. I hung up and blocked her number. I later got a call from my sister, who said that, while my rage is very much justified, my mother is inconsolable and has locked herself in our parents' bedroom. Am I the a-hole? Update. My sister, who I will call T for simplicity, contacted me about an hour ago, as of the time I'm writing this, and apologized for what she told me. She and I have been very close ever since I moved out, and she is known to step up and apologize when she is in the wrong. No hard feelings towards her at all. As far as my parents go, my mother had an overnight epiphany, according to T. She ended up kicking my brother, who I will call J, out of the house after they made him admit to doing this for years. Mom told T that he was sent to my granddad's house, where he will be forced to get a job and pay rent, as well as his own tuition now. My dad initially argued with her about this until I made him realize just how badly he was tearing this family apart. My dad then called me, apologizing profusely, telling me I don't ever have to see them again, and that they would totally understand it, but they would love the chance to make amends and fix what they damaged. He offered to gift me the amount of money I owed for loans, plus an extra $5,000 for keeps. I told him I would consider it, but it might take some time. I accepted his apology, but I haven't forgiven either of them yet, and then I hung up. My mom doesn't know that T and I have kept in contact since I live about 2 hours away from my parents and over 3 hours from her, and T informed me that my mom and dad were thinking about selling some possessions and taking extra shifts at their jobs so they could surprise me with a brand new vehicle. I don't know how this will sound, but I'd rather not accept a car or any extra money from them, as A, everything I own so far I earned through my hard work, and B, I feel that simply buying back your child's affection is a lazy way to reconcile. Regarding the situation, I unblocked my mom, but I will not initiate conversation unless she or my dad texts first. They also made an apology on Facebook to me and scolded my brother for what happened, so at least my extended family is now aware. I might update if something else occurs, but that's all I have for now. Family update, posted on 26th September 2023. I got a call from T. My brother Jay got arrested for stealing my grandpa's truck keys and hitting a street light about 2 miles from their house late last night, 9:25. I will update when I get more details, as I'm going to call my dad about it. Stay tuned. My brother is practically disowned, for better or for worse, so my brother has not not adjusted to his new living arrangements well at all. He hasn't gone out to look for work, and yesterday he was caught trying to break into Grandpa's safe right before he stole the truck. He was driving too fast and accidentally hit the street light. He didn't suffer any injuries, but the truck is possibly totaled, and my grandparents kicked him out too. He now has no home, and my parents have canceled his college fund and are using it to pay for my grandparents to get a new vehicle. Dad told me that he was planning to surprise me with a new vehicle, but that idea was scrapped. I appreciated his offer, but I mentioned that I would have declined it anyway because I have my dependable 2001 Cherokee. My parents have nearly disowned him, and it's incredibly shocking to me since he was never truly rebellious until this week. I think he may be going through a severe mental crisis, and I wouldn't be surprised if his mugshot appears on my local news. I'm not well versed in psychology. I have a degree in mechanical engineering. So I ask, is there anyone with an idea as to why he may be experiencing this? AITA for leaving my mom's birthday dinner early after my cousin insulted me? This is my second Am I the A-hole post, and a semi-follow-up to my first one and my other posts on my account. For those not aware, here's a quick summary. I, 23M, have been gradually reconnecting with my parents, both 54, after I was wrongly accused by my brother, 19M, of stealing from my dad. Since I began interacting with them more, we have all, my brother included, as my parents have undisowned him after I had to vouch for him, stating that running away from your mistakes only makes them worse, started therapy, and I have my school debts paid off. My mom's birthday dinner was last night, and I decided to attend because it was at an expensive restaurant, and they offered to cover the entire cost for me. Free food sounded good to me. Those present were me, my sister, my brother, my parents, my uncle and his wife, mom's side, both mid-40s, and their twins, 19M and 19F. I've always gotten along well with their son, but their daughter, who will be referred to as R, has despised me for as long as I can remember. My dad was pulling out his wallet for his ID so he could get a drink, and R said, in a mocking tone, "Uh-oh," my dad's name. "Hide your wallet, you don't want my name getting in there." I looked at her, flushed with embarrassment, and remarked something like, "Your female best friends have to say that to every guy in your group because of your behavior. She is a known cheater." She became upset and began crying, and my uncle started criticizing me for speaking to his daughter that way, reminding me that I was still on thin ice for what I was falsely accused of. I grew angry, gave him the finger, and exited the restaurant. I called my dad, who said I had nothing to apologize for, but my mom wants me to apologize to maintain peace between her side of the family and ours. My uncle texted me, demanding an apology, and R posted on Instagram about toxic family members. This is where I turn to you again. Reddit, Am I the A-hole? A bit more context about my background. I was punished and neglected from my mid-teenage years until I moved out because of what my brother did to me, which left me with trauma and trust issues towards everyone around me. I'm usually calm, but everyone knows what happened is a very sensitive topic. Mini update, just got off the phone with my aunt, R's mom, and she gave me the most sincere apology I've received in the past month. She mentioned she has dealt with R and my uncle, don't know how, but R took down the post and my uncle sent me a single sorry. Update about my life. Firstly, my mom actually apologized to me for everything, for not taking my side at dinner, for the way I was treated most of my teenage to adult life, and she ended up confronting my uncle and cousin. This happened during a therapy session, before any of us brought anything up. My dad apologized to me and my siblings for everything. My brother is now receiving actual help, as my parents admitted to prioritizing me and my sister before this whole ordeal started when I was 15 and the framing began. He apologized to me for everything and was allowed back into my parents' house, but he has to earn his trust back. I don't really care what he has to do. My contact with him is still going to be very, very limited. Also, in other news, I have a date. We connected on Tinder a little over a week ago, and we hit it off really well. She lives about 15 minutes from my place, and we're meeting at a sushi restaurant before I take her to the movies. She wanted to see Killers of the Flower Moon. I'm hoping it goes well.